So something that surprised me when I got back into Linux is the fact that Mandriva is no longer around. I was really surprised about that actually, because it was like the go-to beginner distro at the time. Now we've covered it in the past in a previous video, so I just thought I'd pick it up again and just see what's going on these days. This is OpenMandriva, which is a fork of the original Mandriva, and I believe that some of the people in the original team are involved with it. So yeah, I've downloaded it and we'll try it out, see how it goes. So now we're at the desktop and we've got this nice little welcome screen, which is fairly typical of beginner distros. I mean, let's not look at that right now and let's just go for Calamares. It's not very clear, is it? Why does it not just say install? You know, beginner friendly distro. Yeah, everything's okay there. Yeah, we'll go for the entire disk because why not? I notice here that it gives us the option for having a separate administrator account. I guess that would enable the root account rather than just sudo. But we'll just stick with the same one just for simplicity. I'm not going to keep this OS installed forever. And we get a nice little overview before we commit to any changes. I can't help but notice that this installation is rather verbose for a beginner distro. I'm not sure I like that. Well, the system is installed now, so we might as well just reboot into our cleanly installed system. Okay, we're logging in for the first time. At least it's all nicely branded and everything like that. It's not, you know, particularly generic KDE-ified. In fact, they've actually made it look like KDE 3 a bit here. This is like going backwards in time. Now, the system must be way out of date now. I mean, this ISO came out a while ago. Let's see, how do we update this system? Oh, there's a lot of stuff installed by default, but don't seem to have Drat config anymore, do they? It's almost, you know, they've pretty much changed everything by the looks of it. So how do we get the updates? You know, if something like that should be really obvious, it should just be like update, configure your computer, maybe that's it. Oh yeah, there it is. It's just all been renamed. See, this kind of thing, it's so nondescript, you know, this is a beginner friendly distro, what the fuck? It's just completely fucking meaningless. Why is it, yeah, look, it's 2019, the date's in American format, but it's 2019, and why is it that still the beginner distros are complete fucking shit? Look at this fucking crap. I mean, you know, these are themes, why is one of them needed? Why is it all so complicated and fucking stupid? So now after selecting something with, you know, completely nondescript, we get our updates. Again, it's asking me for this fucking crap. Why the fuck is it doing it? Why is it so fucking crap? For fuck's sake. Is it actually going to do anything? Oh yeah, it's just hanging. It's taking forever. You know, I've actually been using Ubuntu, well, Kubuntu 19.04, and to be fair, it's pretty good. It's better than this crap. I've completely gone off of this. This is a complete joke. Look at it. The fucking thing, is it hanging? Is it doing anything? It's just not telling us. We've got a lovely welcome centre from our Calamares. You know, what the fuck is that all about, really? You know, it's just fucking stupid. It's just so nondescript and so shit. Why do they make it so fucking complicated? And you know, you've got like information, but then you've got you know, the full fucking kernel string in there. Why would you do that? Are we getting errors? No. It just... Okay, so there's updates for the updates for the updates. That's just a complete mess. An absolute complete fucking mess. At least we're getting a progress bar now. But you know, it's crap like this. You get people switch from Windows and they're like, oh fuck it. You know, I can completely understand where they're coming from. We haven't even looked at anything yet. And this is like going back 10 years. Perhaps this is the reason why OpenMandriva is not in the top 10 on DistroWatch. It's a fucking joke. For a beginner distro, it's really too technical. And I do wonder after we reboot if the system will actually boot up again or if everything's going to be broken. I mean, the ISO images on the website are obviously far, far, far out of date when we're pulling in like new kernel versions and things like that. And the thing is, I like the way it looks. Don't get me wrong, I do like the way it looks, but it's things like this that we're getting failed installs on a brand new, it's a brand new installation. Error while checking dependencies. We're just trying to update the fucking system. I'm not even going to look at this shit any further, because if the updates don't work, then what's the fucking point? I downloaded the ISO, it's verified, it's fine. I just want to update the system. Why is it so fucking difficult? I've never even had Ubuntu do this to me. This is a fucking joke. A complete fucking joke. And if I click down here, it says we've got 1,426 packages to update. This is a complete mess. That's what it is. It's a complete fucking mess. Complete and utter fucking mess. Join now. What are we going to join? I like my systems when they're fast and responsive. I really, really do. And don't go, oh, it's the VM that you're using, because this is the same fucking VM system that we use for fucking Arch. And it's like that. Firefox is just going to fail to open, isn't it? It's probably because the update broke it or something. Oh, here it comes, almost a minute later. Your Firefox is critically out of date, you don't say. I want to join. Why won't it let me join? For fuck's sake. We could just click down here, couldn't we, and pretend that none of the problems exist anymore. Installation is finished, everything was installed correctly. I just don't believe it. See, look, we're being asked to inspect configuration files. Beginner distro? No? You should restart your computer. Oh yeah, definitely. But not before it does this crap. I've never seen such a mess. This is a complete mess. And we're only doing the updates. I thought this would be a nice video looking at how Mandriva's changed. It's still asking me this shit. Oh, for fuck's sake. Is it just going to do it every time? Look, we've still got a huge list of fucking updates. It's pretty much the same as before. So what happens if I update it the other way, because there are two update systems? That one doesn't even work. It's broken. It doesn't work. Let's reboot. We can't reboot. We can't do anything. It's broken. I've broken the system by using a built-in tool. I haven't done anything, out of the ordinary here. I've just run the bloody OpenMandriva control GUI, gone in and done the updates. It didn't even do that properly, and now I can't run anything. What the fuck? I'll never complain about Arch again. This is supposed to be a beginner-friendly distro, and we got Arch up and running with less issues than this. I can't even update the fucking thing. I might experiment in this, off video and just see what I can find. I mean, I used to like Mandriva. I don't want to slate this fucking thing, but what choice have I got? We can't even update it. Look, 1,426 packages to update. I just don't get it. I can't run anything. I can't even run it from the command line. I think we've broken the system. I think those updates have broken the system. Let's just see. Is it going to boot anymore? It's done for, isn't it? It's fucked. For fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. I must be mad, but I don't want to give up just yet, just on an update, so I've reinstalled the system. I'm going to ignore that, and I'm going to ignore RPM DRAC or whatever it's called now. And let's just do it, you know, the old-fashioned way, the command line. Is it? Auto update, was it? Yeah, it was. See, even so, we're still getting this crap. Yes, go for it. Why is this so difficult? It should be easy. Here you go, look, we're getting errors again. This is just a joke. All I'm doing is updating the system. That's all I'm doing. Yeah, one. I mean, this is just a complete mess. This is the official ISO. Now we're getting the rest of the updates. Well, it seems to be running through them okay. They downloaded awfully quick though. I shan't complain about app too much anymore. I don't remember URPMI being this messy. I never had any issues like this with Mandriva. I just think that we're going to reboot to a broken system again. I mean, I expect someone to come into the comments and say, oh, you're doing it wrong, but you know, the first port of call, I went straight into the system configuration where you fucking expect it to work. You know, I didn't do anything unusual. I went straight into it. I mean, I probably went a bit ahead of myself and not done it through KDE, but I went into the configuration program. You know, I didn't do anything that's unsupported. I didn't install that. It's a clean install. Straight into the configuration program. It's fucking stupid. I like this. Cater to and interest first time and advanced users alike. Well, it's not. It's just a fucking joke. First time or advanced users, it doesn't fucking work so far. Using the built-in tools. That's the most frustrating thing. We're using the built-in fucking tools. Perhaps you're not supposed to update it. Perhaps you're supposed to use it as released. Maybe they're probably like these people who install Windows 10 and then turn off the updates forever because it's spying on me. Perhaps we should install Ubuntu 17.04 and then turn off all the updates, and then it'll be just like this. How cool would that be? Not. I've been out of the loop far too long with this Linux stuff. I should have carried on looking into it because it's just... I don't know what's good and what isn't anymore with these distros. So much has changed. I mean, I noticed that Ubuntu is not #1 on the top of DistroWatch anymore. There's some MX Linux at the time of creating this video. Might be worth checking that out at some point. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still very much in the Slackware and Windows camp, to be honest. It's still going. I can't help but notice there's like loads of errors and warnings in between the messages scrolling by, and I just don't know if that's intended, a consequence of the update, or if it's just breaking itself. Perhaps most people, when they install this, they just let it update on its own over time or something, and it just breaks itself spectacularly in the background. I really don't know. So I just can't ignore that first time and advanced users alike line in the welcome screen there. It's hilarious. You know, Calamares. You know, it makes me wonder that perhaps on Windows 10, when you go to install it, it doesn't say, you know, Windows 10 setup anymore. It should just say Windows 10 squid. Everything else ran quite quickly, and now it's hanging on this. So, you know, has the system broken? Because this is the DRACconf stuff. This is, you know, a fairly major part of Mandriva, isn't it? You know, I'm just curious. I think we need to go on Google and find out, you know, how you update Mandriva or OpenMandriva. Even though I need to separate the two because Mandriva was never like this. Let's see how we do it. Download and install. See, I just want to update it. Why is it so difficult to find information about things? You know, a new user is going to have this level of patience, I'm sure. Quick start. These are features, are they? It's completely meaningless to most people. So we've installed the system. Oh, fuck me. Interest first time and advanced users alike. Perhaps just that, and even then they're going to get frustrated. You know, go back to that Arch video, yeah? It had been years since I touched Arch. The install process has completely changed, and I knew nothing really about systemd. I didn't have any of these issues. The only issues I had was me being stupid with the commands. This is so frustrating. How's that doing? Oh, it's moving on. That's good. It's actually doing something. Still not down to updates yet. This is just an install guide. This goes on about manual partitioning and everything. Surely those should be sub pages off of the main guide, you know. First time. Scroll, scroll, scroll. It's like repeating itself now. The installation will take some minutes. Okay, thank you. What about my updates? Is that the entire documentation? Look, if you click on it, yeah, it gives you nothing. Fucking rubbish this is. I'm just poking around while that's running. Look, there's an update thing there. What does that launch? Probably shouldn't do that while this is running. It doesn't do anything, does it? But again, yeah, that is running, so I'll let that continue to run. This is taking forever. This is taking absolutely for fucking ever. I can install an old version of Ubuntu and update it really quickly, and this is just a fucking joke. It's a complete fucking joke. This is a... Oh, look, first time. They really need a new ISO, don't they? They really do. This is just ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you go on here and they're going on about their beta version, but then it says the current version is 3.03, which is what I downloaded. You know, why are you banging on about the development release first time? This is fucking stupid. Joe, Mandriva was so good. Apparently OpenMandriva 4 is going to switch to DNF, so that could be a huge improvement over this. I just don't get what's happening here. I don't know, it's as if they've broken it themselves. I'm fairly sure I haven't done anything wrong. I've issued one command on here so far, which is to update the system. That's all I've asked it to do, and we're still doing it now. I mean, this is worse than when you like clean install Windows 7 and it's got like tons of updates to do now because it's not cumulative like Windows 10. You know, that's another fucking... I hated Windows 7. I really fucking did. I should do a rant video about it. It was fucking rubbish. It's as if it downloads and installs them in batches. Actually, I'd best close Firefox because it's probably going to mess up Firefox for good. What version is it at the moment? 57. What are they on? I use Chrome these days, so I don't know what they're on at the moment. Oh, fuck it. They're another bunch who don't give you the version number anymore. Is it against the law or something to give us the version number for things? You know, it's like when you go into About KDE. Oh, I'm not digging through their stupid menus. Oh, for fuck, why did it clear? Where's the KDE settings? There. Like when you... Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, fucking hell. Where's about KDE now? There, under help. Look, like no version number there. No version number anywhere. It's too fucking helpful. 66. So on KDE now, you have to go into something like Dolphin and go to help and about Dolphin, and then you get the version number from there because about KDE is not helpful anymore. I'm just so pissed off. So pissed off. So you pick a locale, you know, explicitly in like 2 or 3 different places, and then it still gives you the wrong date format, and it still installs every language pack under the sun. And yet, you know, you go on like the Windows 10 store and it downloads automatically the UK language pack if you've got it set to UK, and you go in the store and there's reviews of people going, what you put this on my system for? It's one fucking language. Right, it's installed now, so let's reboot it, and you see, look, I don't know. Probably never boot again. What the fuck is this? What's it doing? Why is it crap? Why is it slow? Why is it broken? Remember what it says? First time users. First time users are going to really enjoy this. You know, this will get them switching in their droves. Here goes nothing. Look at that, the kernel versions increased significantly. It was way out of date before. Why don't they release the ISOs more regular? It's just stupid. It's just asking for trouble. You know, this is the exact thing. So when we update from the command line, at least it doesn't break the system anymore, and it actually seems to have done it properly. And now I know why it's giving us these strings, because this welcome center is not sort of customized, it's just pulling it, it's probably running uname there. First time. Anyhow, let's check out a few things. So we were on like version 17 before. Okay, so they haven't brought it up to the latest version. But that's fine. I mean, you don't expect them to in a fixed distro necessarily, but for the amount of time it took, they might as well have. And Firefox is not up to date. It's a version out. I know it's only one version out, but it's just stupid, this is. You know, what are we achieving here? We're still running out of date software. Let's run this now. Let's do it this way. Oh, it takes us to this. So if I had run it initially, it would have fucked up the same way, so there's no right or wrong way of doing it. In fact, the only right way of doing it, in fact, is the command line, which, you know, first time users. There's no updates for the system anymore. I just can't be bothered now. We've got KDE and we've looked at KDE, and you know, the thing which I wanted to look at, the Mandriva stuff, it's just pissed me off so much now. I don't care anymore. There's one thing that I do need to do though. Oh, what is going on? Okay, you don't type install on Urpmi. In fact, it's going to fail, isn't it? Because it's already told me. Duh. So how do we install software on this hunk of junk? Install and remove software. If KDE games comes up in here, I'm going to be well pissed off. Nothing. Games. We got to enable repos or some shit like that. I just can't believe they haven't got KDE games. Just can't believe it. The KDE games aren't here, are they? What a joke. How can you not have the KDE games? Are they under... See, it'd be funny if they come up, wouldn't it? Oh right, I see. You don't have meta packages then, do you? You know, you have them all separate, which is fine, I guess. I mean, yeah, most people wouldn't be doing that, would they? Because so we don't have the Rubik's Cube, so we can't test to see if that works. We have OpenVM tools. Oh, no, really. Perhaps it's included by default. Let's have a look. The way to test it would be to see if it resizes itself. No, no it doesn't. Right, okay, I'm done. That was OpenMandriva. It's a load of old fucking rubbish, really. You know, you couldn't even update it without breaking it, and you're updating it the proper way, the way that it makes you do it if you do it through the welcome center. I don't know, fuck it. I'll see you in the next video.